Good day. I am Deirdre Catlin, and I am with Quantum Living Conversations. And part of this little snippet today is a shout out to one of my former high school teachers, Mr. Coriolis, Humanities, in my senior year. I've sat with something that he started off class with from the get-go that I didn't like, and I have been stubbornly trying to prove that him wrong, but I have to confess that he had a lot more wisdom within him than I did at my 18-year know-it-all phase. One of the things that he talked about is in the world that there is, I think we had just had our elections for class president, and he mentioned that he probably could tell what the speech was, and he nailed it, about how we're going to bring change and how we're going to do all these things. And to my optimistic young view on life, what he told us was pretty, in my mind, disheartening. But now that I am older, a few years past my senior year, I recognize that he was probably right. And his point of wisdom was that when we're young, we see things in black and white, and we actually want to keep things black and white. It's as I've gotten older, I realize it's probably more a form of a way to control life than it is really things are black and white. And his point of view is that there is a lot more gray out there to how we conduct our lives than we realize. And that was kind of hard, because I think when you're young, you do want things to be black and white. You want things to kind of fit in a box and pattern so that you know how to move through life, especially probably around that 18-year-old phase, because you're going out in the world on your own for the first time, and you want to be able to hope that you know how to navigate life. And so what I realize now is that there is a lot more gray. I think that there are truths in life, and that there are basic things that really resonate with everybody as fundamental truths. But as we go through our day-to-day life experiences, we're each unique in how we see the world and how we react to different situations based on so many variables, that there's a lot of gray area. And rather than trying to control reactions, I tend to fall back on now that people are doing the best they can with what they know. And I've had to turn that around to myself, as well as looking at some of the choices and some of the reasons that I've done things, and the choices that didn't come out the way that I thought, is my responsibility. And I was doing the best I could at the time based on what I knew and thought how life worked. And so what's really opened up for me and opened up my worldview and appreciation for everybody is realizing that no one has the answers, although Mr. Coriolis did this time, but that there's a lot of gray area. Someone just a few years ago offered a question to me of, do I understand why I take every action I do? Do I fully understand everything I do or think or say? And to be honest, sometimes I don't understand some of the actions and the things I do. And that really opened up a little bit more grace for realizing that I may not understand everything or every experience out there. And it really behooves me to ask questions and see where people are coming from, and realize I may not get an answer that's satisfying to me, and continue to move on and continue to show care and kindness to friends, family, and people I just meet in the street. So, Mr. Coriolis, I've been fighting you for quite a few decades now in that idea, and I do understand what you were saying. There are a lot more gray areas in the world, and thank you for imparting your wisdom to me and our class, and I'm sure all the classes that came before and after us. And it's really something that stood in the back of my mind as I've gone through life and figured out where I fit within that context of the idea. And I appreciate you saying something controversial, something that was not well accepted, and I also have to appreciate my ability to be with that and sit with that and see where and notice how I've changed over the years. So to all those teachers and mentors and people out there who are seeding truth bombs in our lives, thank you very much. Keep doing it, even though you may face some dissent, or it's not popular, or voice might be quieted. Please continue to speak up and allow us to think a little bit differently. And I appreciate your patience in it taking so long for us to catch up sometimes. I hope everyone's doing well, and have a great day.